Howdy guys, what's up? This lesson goes out to a special James the Give Dog Gibbons. We learnt this song in one of my lessons and I thought what a delicious idea for a YouTube tutorial. So today we're going to be looking at Eclipsed by Sylosis. Let's take a look. Alright guys, let's take a look at the first section. Keep in mind that this solo is in B flat minor, so it's all around some pretty hilarious positions and frets that we're probably not used to doing a lot of stuff around. Anyway, alas, let's start from 13th fret of the 3rd string. I'm going to slide from 13 to 10. I'm going to hit the 10 again when I get there and slide to 8. And then the 8 again and slide to 6. And then I'm just going to hit 6 as a regular note when I get there. So we're going to go... some sexy vibrato wouldn't go astray as well. The end of that, I'm going to slide from 6 to 8 on the 4th string with my middle to start with, and then I'm going to do a string skip to 9 of the 2nd. Then I do a very similar idea, but I'm going to use my ring finger now, and then I'm going to do a string skip to 6 of the 2nd string. So back to back. Let's try the whole thing thus far. Okay, then I want to slide into 9 of the 6th string and then play the 8th fret. And then I've got sort of this backward slide into 10 of the 3rd string. Now I'm not necessarily starting from a specific spot, I'm just trying to get that slide in, which sounds nice and sexy. So we're sliding backwards on 10th fret of the 3rd string. And then I want to play 9, 11, and then 13 with a semitone bend on the 2nd string. Try that whole phrase. Okay, from there I want to slide from 13 to 15 on the 3rd string, and then I'm going to slide backwards into 11 of the 4th. Let's try that whole phrase one more time. Okay, hopefully that's making sense. Let's try and do the whole thing thus far, and then we'll work through the last chunk. Okay, and the last bit, I slide into 13 of the 3rd string, and then I'm going to play 14 of the 2nd string, and it's okay for these notes to bleed into each other, it actually sounds pretty cool. So I'm going to play 13 of the 3rd, 14 of the 2nd, then jump back up to the 3rd string, and then add my pinky, and then I'm going to have this 5th interval between 13 of the 3rd and 16 of the 2nd. Flat, and then I want to go... So after that, I'm doing a pull-off from 16 to 14 on the 2nd string. And then I want to play 3 to 2 again. So we're going to go pull-off, 3rd string, 2nd string. So all together. One more time. So just before that pull-off, we've got another cheeky pick on the 3rd string. The last bit. A slight slide in if you wish. I'm just playing this chord formation and working my way through it. Once again, we want them to ring together. It does sound pretty cool. I'm playing 13 of the 3rd, 11 of the 2nd, and 13 of the 1st. So last chunk. That's the whole first chunk. So let's work through it slowly at a gentleman's pace, and then we'll do it again even slower with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. Okay, let's have a look at the second section. This starts off, the whole thing is sexy arpeggios, really. I'm going to work through like a sus2 shape here from B flat of the top string. So starting from 6, I'm going to play 6, and then 8 of the 5th, and then 10 of the 4th. Okay, when I get to the 10 of the 4th string, I'm going to slide that over to 11. And at the end of that, I'm going to do a hammer on from 6 to 8. Okay. Now from there, I want to do a slide from 8 to 15 and then pull off to 13. And then I'm going to jump to the 5th string and do a pull off from 16 to 13. So all together. Hopefully that's making sense. So I go to this now. Let's slow this down. I'm doing a hammer on from 13 to 15 on the 3rd string, and then a pull off from 16 to 13 on the 1st. Okay. After that, I'm going to do a pull off from 15 to 14 on the 2nd string, 16 to 14 on the 2nd string, and then I slide from 16 to 18. At the end of that, I want to jump to 15 of the 3rd, so it's going to go. Let's have a look at the whole thing thus far before we add to that. So emotional. Now I slide from 13 to 15 on the 3rd, and then I have the ringing note on 16 of the 2nd string. So you can just backpick that, but keep the 3rd string sustaining along with that. Let's have a look at the whole arpeggio thus far. An arpeggio with a little lick at the end. But anyway, you get the idea. I now work through sort of like a string skipped lick. It has a bit of an arpeggio feel to it. I want to start from the 9th fret of the 5th. So I'm going to hammer 9, 11, 13. And I'm going to do a string skip to the 3rd string and play 10, 11, 13. Okay? And then I want to do 9, 11, 13 again on the 1st string. Hopefully that's all making sense. And we're going to dance around this with a couple of taps, but that shape itself is pretty simple. I especially like the lack of ring finger that occurs. Okay, when I get to the top of that, I'm going to tap 14 and then work my way backwards. So I'm going to tap 14, then reverse through that arpeggio, just those notes on that before we do the string skip arpeggio there. So just working backwards, 13, 11, 9. Okay, then I want to tap 20. Sorry, I don't do the tap just yet, my bad. I'm going to do a string skip to the 3rd string and play 13, 11, 10, and then work my way forwards, which is going to go 11, 13, and then I'm going to add my tap on 20, so it'll go. Now if you want to add a little bit of vibrato, you can just vibrato from the left hand. Don't try and tug on your tap to get the vibrato. It's going to be really, really hard. So use your left hand to do all of that work for you. So let's have a look at what we've got thus far now of this arpeggio kind of dealio. Now you can either tap, what I meant to say is you can either legato the string skip, womp it on, or you can pick it if you're strong enough. You can just womp that pinky down. Hopefully that's all making sense. And then I want to work through, I'm pretty sure this is an F minor arpeggio. It's pretty meat and veg except for the tap. So the shape should be relatively simple for you guys. I want to start from 20 of the 5th string rather. I'm going to play 18 of the 4th and then 17 of the 3rd. When I play 18 of the 2nd string, and then I want to hammer from 16 to 20. Nice and meat and veg. And then I'm going to tap the 21. After I've done that tap, I'm going to just reverse down that arpeggio. So we just do the straight arpeggio again after the tap. When I get to the top of that arpeggio, I work my way back all the way to the pinky, and then end it with the pull off to 16. So all together. So it's just up and back with the tab. Let's try the whole section at a gentleman's pace, and then again even slow with some tabs. One more time, some tabs. Okay, let's have a look at the last section. I want to slide into 14 of the first string, and then I want to play 11 to 12 on the second. Okay, after that I'm going to hit the 12 and then do one of those backwardsy slide things. Okay, then I'm going to play 9 of the second string twice. The second time I hit it, I'm going to slide into 11. Hopefully that's making sense. And then I want to do 8 of the third string. So I'm not sliding straight away. Notice that I hold the 8 for a little bit. And then when I get back to the 6, I want to hit it again. I'm going to do the same thing now. After I've held that 6 for a little bit, I'm going to slide back to 3 and pick it again. Then I go. What I've got there is a semitone bend on 6 of the second string. So let's have a look at what we've got thus far of the final section. Okay, and then I want to play 7 of the second string twice. And then I'm going to go to 6. And then I'm going to play 8, 6, 3 on the third string. So to go. To finish the whole thing off, I'm going to do a pull off from 4 to 3 on the third string and then resolve that on the 6th fret. So it goes. Just the pull off and then the 6. And that's the whole last section. So let's do it relatively slowly and then we'll do it again with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. And that was the very erotic and emotional solo from Eclipsed by Sylosis. Hope you guys have enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all very soon.